Miria? Miria's eyes shift back and forth. It seems like she wants to say something to me, but can't quite bring herself to speak. Well, if you can't say it, get out. Come along, princess. Get out of my cabin. Let us not delay our departure any further. At Fuyu's command, Maria lowers her head and walks along obediently. Good. Maria slowly unlocks the door, then regretfully sets foot outside, gently pushed along by her dear friend. Moments later, the door slams shut, and at last, I am alone once more. Ah, good. Good. This game was short. No. No! For the next hour or so, I find myself wandering around the cabin aimlessly. Having already slept and eaten, there's honestly very little remaining that I need to do. What the fuck is that? What is that in the corner? I see that in the corner, Bill. What is that? What, is that like a radio or... No, that can't be a radio. That looks something for like a TV. I have enough supplies to last for a while, yet it's too cold outside to think about working, and my hobbies are all the type to be enjoyed while resting ideally. Yeah, then do your hobby, man. But put simply, I'm bored. Don't you dare. Solitude may be its own rewards, but the cost at which it comes is clear. There's nothing to do out here during the colder months, and even when things warm up, the choices aren't compared to those available in the city. At least with those two wolf girls around, things were a bit more lively. Other people are a nuisance, but a pet could be just what I need. Okay, so go buy a dog then. That being said, what kind of pet would be suitable out in the middle of the nowhere like this? A dog. What the hell is that noise? Giving myself something to think about, I decide to turn on the radio in the kitchen. Okay, then what's that? That's probably a DVD player. After adjusting the frequency and waiting for a short while, I am able to receive the weather forecast, which paints a rather placid picture. No! Maybe I should go out and get some water while it's still mild outside. The weather can change out here at the drop of a hat, so it never hurts to have a surplus. Yay! I grab my coat and head for the door, resolving myself to be slightly more active than usual. Before this pleasant weather changes for the worse, I'm going to shore up my supplies just as any prudent survivor should do. I don't know why I keep adding extra words. Did I get water? Oh, cool, it's a blizzard. Holy shit. Brr, who the hell thought it would be a good idea to fetch water? You. Everything has turned to sludge out there. The entire landscape has changed since before the snowstorm. I hurriedly closed the door behind me as far as I returned from gathering water. Unfortunately, my trip proves fairly fruitless, as the spring from which I usually gather drinking water has been temporarily blocked off. Oh, how perfect. The snowstorm has shifted the terrain, making my usual routes rather inaccessible, or far more dangerous than usual. Screw it, I'll just stay inside after all. It may be boring to stay indoors all day, but at least it's safe. Yeah. Still shivering slightly, I regretfully remove my coat and flop down on the couch. Covering myself with a blanket, the same one I used to cover the two sleeping wolf girls yesterday, I settle myself in and try to make myself comfortable. Do not go back out there, Bill. Let's see now, where did I put the remote? Oh, so you do have a TV. If it isn't within arm's reach, I'm not getting up to look for it. You are a wise man, Bill. I look around immediately in the immediate vicinity of the couch. Unfortunately, the remote is nowhere to be seen. It's probably still in the kitchen from when I last watched TV while cooking. I guess I'll sit here then. What a fun person I am. No, Bill, you're smart. You don't waste the energy. You need it to stay warm, you know? As I sit in silence, I notice a faint sound. The hell's up with the radio? It sounds like a voice, but it's too quiet for me to understand what they're saying. Oh great, now I'm hearing things. Bill, you're going insane. Maybe I lived out here alone maybe I've lived alone out here for too long after all. Don't you dare go back to the city. There are no wolf people there. I try to ignore the voice by focusing my mind elsewhere. Elsewhere to what? The painting? However, the voice doesn't disappear. It seems to cut in and out with ample static cropping up in between words. What the heck could that be? Alright, the radio. I intentionally rise to my feet and turn towards the kitchen where I've left the radio turned on. Seeing as how it's battery powered, I figured I'd better turn it off if I'm not using it. Why'd you leave it on? Before I could do so, however, I hear something ominous from the other end of the radio. Bad weather incoming, screeched. Avalanche last night. Paths have changed. Advising caution. Phew, it was worse than I thought, huh? Bill, don't you dare. Now I'm definitely not going outside. I turn the radio off and grab the TV remote, which is sitting on the kitchen counter. I then return to the living room and sit down on the couch, remote in hand. Okay, now, where were we? TV! Ah yes, let's find something to watch, shall we? Let me guess, there's nothing on. Now what did I start watching last time? Before I turn on the television, I go to wrap myself in the blanket I had used to cover myself just a moment ago. The second I do so, however, I feel a chill run down my spine. No! Oh shit, the girls. They wouldn't know about the avalanche last night, or the bad weather that's about to hit. Bill? If they get caught up in that, and they find that their path back home has been blocked off, those poor girls might be... They'll be fine. Right, what am I worrying about? Those girls know this mountain for far better than I do. They probably lived up here their whole lives. If they couldn't sense bad weather coming and create makeshift shelter, they'd have probably died long before now. Yes, you know, shit, what was it? Oh yeah, fuck, what was that? What did Charles Darwin say? Natural selection, that's it. Convincing myself thusly, I pick up the remote control and turn on the television. Although there's no TV reception up here, I do have stacks of 8 VHS tapes and DVDs to watch, one of which is still sitting in the player attached to the TV. Hooray! Without bothering to check what's in there, I hit play, lay back and allow myself to slowly enter a state of vegetation. Ah, the good life. What is this? As my days pass by in solitude, I often find myself wondering about what happened to Miria and Fuyu. Those two wolf girls who I hadn't seen once they left remain on my mind for months as I think about what they've been doing since we parted ways and whether they will ever show up on my doorstep again. Wait, is this the end? No matter how much time passes, however, those two girls did not return to my cabin. Nobody does. Well, duh. Solitude, the one thing I sought in coming here, becomes both my curse and my blessing as I spend every single day in isolation, ignorant of the world outside. Okay. Oh, they froze to death, didn't they? When summer rolls around, I head out into the snow in search of firewood. It's an unnecessary task, to be honest, but I have electricity and a heater already. Chopped firewood is nothing more than a means by which to spend my boring, uneventful days. Oh yeah, they're dead! One day, however, while I'm outside chopping wood, I came across a strange sight. Buried in the snow beneath my feet are rags of clothes, dirty and worn down as if they survived the elements for untold ages. Curious, I begin to dig into the snow. I toss aside my axe and push away the snow with my gloved hands, convincing myself that I absolutely must see what lies beneath. No, you don't. The moment I'm met with success, I desperately wish I hadn't. Beneath the snow are a white one-piece dress, torn jeans, 2 collars, and undergarments. The exact outfits Miria and Fuyu were wearing the day they left my cabin for the last time. Oh, wow. 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 Stop making me feel bad. Stop making me feel... Stop it. No. No. The guilt got the better of me. I better go find them. How could I sit back and relax knowing that those girls might be in danger? Yes, because apparently I only found their clothing, not their corpses. I can watch TV anytime. For now, I've got a couple of wolf girls to track down. That did not sound right. Back into the car. Covered in several layers, I head out into the frozen wasteland before me in search of the 2 wolf girls. Upon starting my drive, I quickly realized that the cold is the least of my worries. The avalanche? As I noted earlier and the radio confirmed, all of the usual scenery has changed since I last ventured outside, because of the avalanche. Okay, I'm gonna get lost. Familiar landmarks are gone, paths have been blocked off, and solid ground has been replaced by sleet. If I'm not careful, I might wind up getting lost or stuck myself. Perfect. I'm gonna get lost. Okay, now where would those 2 wolf girls have gone? I have never been to the other side of the mountain, but if memory serves, I follow a vague recollection I have of the map I purchased when I first moved out here. Dude, bring the map with you! Why would you not bring the map with you in this place? The actual pathways have obviously changed since then, but my memory gives me at least a hint as to the direction in which I should be heading. Now then, if I remember correctly, it should be this road here. Or at least it was, back when there was a road. Oh great, I'm totally lost. I come to a stop as the road I'm following appears to end abruptly. A few hundred feet in front of me, where there would generally be a road, there is a huge pile of snow. I'm lost. From my point of view, it's impossible to bypass, so get out of your car and start booking it. Oh man, I guess the road is blocked after all. Maybe there's a path or something that I can see from here. If I move in a bit closer... Oh. I force myself to get out of the truck, shivering as the blizzard rages. Should've just left them alone. My legs may be weary, but my stomach is full and my body is warm. Oh, that's convenient. If those girls are out here, I'm going to find them. Miria, Fuyu, are you two out here? Yeah, they're not out here. Miria, Fuyu, I totally read her name wrong. I call out the girls' names as I head closer to the obstructed pathway. As I near the wall of snow, a vague figure appears up ahead. Please let it be someone else. Squinting, I try to discern the identity of the being in front of me. Maria, Fuyu, someone different. Oh shit, it's Fuyu. Fuyu! Hearing Fuyu's surprised exclamation, I rushed over to the figure up ahead. Once I get closer, I realize it's not just Fuyu. Maria is with her too. I'm just gonna call you Maria from now on. However, Bill, please help me. Let me guess, one of you is trapped. Maria is suddenly collapsed while we were walking, so I carried her myself, but the path is... I know, most of the paths have changed, or been blocked off. You won't be able to get through here, not today. But then, what do we do? Well, obviously you have to come back with me, because apparently I'm a nice person now. Maria's unconscious again. She needs somewhere warm to rest, and something to eat, and oh fuck. Calm down, Fuyu. If you panic, you're just going to make things even harder on yourself. For the time being, you're both coming back to my cabin. Great. I'll help you to carry Maria back there, and we'll make sure to keep her nice and warm. No, but we couldn't possibly. I wasn't asking. You take one arm, I'll take the other. Got it? Yes, I understand. I forgot her voice. It's for the princesses then. Princess then. Fuyu comes to her senses and grabs hold of Maria tightly. I do the same, grabbing her other arm, okay. Like so, Fuyu and I begin to carry the unconscious princess back to my truck, braving the hellish blizzard once more. I should've just left them. I should've just left them. Why did my guilt get the better of me? Through great exertion, but with much difficulty, I managed to bring Maria and Fuyu back to my cabin, safe and sound. Great. While the two girls aren't injured, it seems that they're both utterly exhausted, with Maria still unconscious and still running a fever. Fantastic. Fuyu is sick and with worry and clearly overexerting herself, but otherwise appears to be fine. How is she doing? Any change? In response to my question, Fuyu shakes her head. Pour hot water. Still nothing. The princess won't wake up at all. Ah, too bad. Guess we have to throw her outside then. Oh well, just give her time and she'll be okay. Fucking Bill. I hope so. Fuyu sulks as she shrugs off my optimism. Hey, I'm trying to make the situation better. It seems that her concern for her friend is not so easily dismissed. What the hell was that? Something got stuck in my throat. You know, Maria was in far worse shape when I found her. She was in my storeroom, almost freezing to death. As long as she keeps warm and given a chance to rest, I think she'll definitely pull through. For the time being... Positioning myself directly behind Fuyu, I place one hand on the girl's head. Okay, why? I'm worried about you, Fuyu. Why? Me? Why would you be worried about me? I will stop this relationship, you hear me, Bill? I am not getting into this. Is that really so strange? You were out there in that blizzard too, you know. You even wound up carrying Maria all by yourself before I got there, not to mention the panic and stress you would have been suffering from. So, how are you holding up? Do you need anything, Fuyu? Is there something I can do for you? Please say no, please say no. Don't be absurd. Good. Your concern is entirely unnecessary, human. Good, now just sit there with Maria. Fuyu pouts and turns away with a red tinge to her fuck. It's happening. You should focus your attention on Maria instead. She's the important one here, not me. I would, but Bill won't let me. Fuck. I would have gladly given my life if it meant bringing her back home, safe and sound. Oh, trust me, it did. You two died somehow. I begin to rub Fuyu's head while chuckling to myself. Why would you do that? So, what you're saying is you're so concerned for your friend's happiness that you'd give up your own life in order for her to achieve it. What are you, her bodyguard? That isn't what I said. You're her bodyguard, right? I just don't want the pack to suffer because of that girl's selfish whims, that's all. Yeah, why don't you tell me more about that? Yes, I understand. I continue to pet Fuyu as she sulks. Why would you do that? Despite her unusual temperament, she doesn't push my hand away, nor does she appear to dislike the contact. I will stop this relationship. I should have left you two out in the snow. I shouldn't have continued.